Welcome to Pine Notes. My name is Lisa, and today is Sunday, July 28th. Welcome everybody. I hope you're having a fabulous summer. We are headed back into hot weather here in Ohio, and it's just been a wonderful holiday month. As you saw in the previous pictures, I finished my Shellscapes shawl back here, and also we celebrated my mom's 75th birthday, and I made her a lovely silk scarf. I'll do a separate video on my sewing corner because we have so much yarn to go over with today. As always, because I don't have a set schedule, I try to come to you at least once a month with a crochet and knitting update. So please subscribe to me and hit that bell next to my name so you're notified of my next video. Speaking of videos, a huge thank you to everybody out there. My Dragonfly Square, the free pattern and tutorial, which I'm doing a Crochet Make A Long for this month of July, has hit 10,000 views during this Make A Long, and I can't thank you guys enough. If you don't know about it, I'm going to talk about this Crochet Make A Long more towards the end of the video. And if you see behind me here, wow, do we have some lovely gifts from my fiber friends who have donated. So please stick along with us. And first, I am going to talk about my Shellscapes shawl back here. That pretty much was my entire spring and summer make. I enjoyed every single minute. As always, Lisa Cook is a fabulous designer. You know how much I love her shawl patterns, because not only does she have it in written, she also has a chart. That's very important to me. And of course, I love the yarn by Red Heart, which is It's a Wrap Rainbow Sprinkles yarn. Now they call this beautiful colorway Cupcake. I like to call it either Lakeshore or Ocean because it just has those beautiful pastel colors and crystal clear blues that I just adore. So that is a finished object for me. Boy, I feel a little bit like Santa's workshop this month of July because I've been making and giving gifts as fast as I can. And one of those I didn't even photograph, but I have the baby thank you card. You ever have those neighbors that you only see like when you're shoveling snow or just out and about and you're waving, you're friendly? Well, a very young couple, new to the neighborhood, moved in, and back when we were shoveling snow, he mentioned to us that, oh, they're expecting their first child. They're a very young couple, very excited. Well, guess what? Yeah, this past month, you saw the light on at midnight, and yeah, you hear a baby crying. You're like, oh, they had the baby. What can I do? Well, you make them a baby blanket in a weekend. That's what you do. And I'm just so thrilled. That is exactly why I crochet, to be able to craft, make a baby blanket in a weekend, and be able to gift it. So I've been making and giving like crazy, and unfortunately I don't keep them, but to me this means the world to me when you get a thank you for thinking of us, and it means so much to everybody. Now, besides the silk scarf I made for my mother, I also made a silk handkerchief for my father, and you saw their pictures up there. I'm going to try and keep my sewing corner updates a little bit separate from my yarn. And then my knitting. Well, got a couple stories there, but I'm going to start with this. Christmas in July! Yes, this is my 2018, last year, knit that I was working on. This beautiful colorway here. is called Fairy Lights, which is like the twinkling Christmas lights, and I can completely see that here. Well, guess what? My friends over at our wonderful West Yorkshire Spinners are bringing this colorway back for 2019. I've already told a couple of my friends who missed out. This is guaranteed to sell out again this year. I'm thrilled they're bringing it back, and that they notified me when I posted a picture over on Instagram this week for our Christmas in July celebration. I went to their website and found, yay, they're bringing it back. So be on the lookout for this. Absolutely beautiful yarn. It's the first time I've worked with a colorway that will self-stripe like this. And I figured if I start my this is my Christmas knit mitts. By the way, I'm not making socks because this is way too pretty to be seen. And I just use a vanilla knit pattern, nothing big, a rolled edge here, and I'll put in a thumb right about here. I like my gloves a little bit longer, so I got a little bit ways to go. But absolutely love this yarn. Wanted to give you the Christmas update because last year this yarn sold out. So please watch your Instagram account, and as soon as I find out, I will tell you guys. And then, as always, I have my notes down below if you're wondering what I'm reading here. So let's go right into the cowl, because I have another object that I am designing that is just beautiful. This is the Three Tail Dragonfly Square halter top. My little boho fringe top that I'm designing specifically for our Crochet Make A Long. Three Tail Dragonfly Square is a free pattern. This is going to end up being a little bit different, so I'm writing it up as I go along. And as you saw, or may remember from the introduction to the cowl, this yarn is the beautiful Hobby Lobby silk bamboo yarn, and it is just a dream to work with. Now, believe it or not, this is a size 4 weight yarn, which is a little bit heavier yarn, and for a summer top, this is a bit heavier, so I thought to myself, well, let's try some different yarns here. So I tried, this is Farmer's Daughter's Fibers right here. It's beautiful squish sport. And I made, and please excuse my love of 30-year-old safety pins, still has not gone away. They are still very much my stitch markers. But look at this gorgeous. This is Squish Sport, and I'm using a size F hook, which is 3.75, and yes, these Clover Touch hooks are my absolute favorite. I've been using them for 2 years now. I have 2 sets of some of my most favorites, so I can even travel with them. So absolutely love these hooks. And this fits a little bit smaller. I left out the last row of single crochet, but yeah, because it's a super fine merino blend squish weight yarn, I ran out. So now I'm thinking, well, do I combine colors? Because being budget conscious, I really don't want to buy another skein. So if you got any ideas, I'm thinking instead of fringe, I may add a delicate edge and make this a Schwarty halter. But don't despair, I didn't stop there. I'm still designing this. So as we go, I am finding some perfect thinner weight yarns. Oh, look at this beauty. This is Coral. It is Premier Yarns Bamboo Fair, and this is my new summer weight yarn. I absolutely adore this. This happens to be Coral. I also have Apricot, and then they are calling this beautiful off-white Cream. Look at those together. Oh, they're so gorgeous. And I'm still sizing my hook on that. So while I decide how to finish that one, of course I jumped right into another one because I'm writing my designs. And the hook I am trying out is either, this was a D hook, and it's a little bit too spaced apart, so I might be going down to a C. So let me work on this a little bit. This is a gorgeous yarn. This is a gorgeous color. And as I mentioned, the original square, which ends in a half double crochet, I took that out to help size it a little bit. This is a little bit big on me. I will admit that. But it's wonderful, it's fun, it's feisty, and it's a red color. So I thought red and fringe go together, where you read the yarn and see what it wants to be. This one to me is a little bit softer, quieter, and I think a little bit more of a half top with a nice tank top underneath. Absolutely. So I think if you just read your yarn will tell you what it will be. This may end up, this beautiful coral may end up being a more covered top that's a longer length as well. So I love creating, I love seeing what you're creating out there for this Crochet Make Along. As I mentioned before, I want to show you some of these beautiful prizes that people have generously donated over here to this wonderful Crochet Make Along. And I'm going to tell you, there are 67 people who have this beautiful pattern in queue. Let's get going on our makes so you can win some favorite prizes of mine from my favorite designers out there. And I just want to give you the first 3 winners that were randomly drawn. First 2 come directly from Ravelry, and that would be Angela of Little Xenia Patch. She was our first week's winner. Cozy Kathy over on Ravelry. She was our second week's winner. And then on Instagram, I picked our 3rd week winner, which was Lore of Crafty Hand Holly. Now, the next set of prizes, which you see behind me here, are going to be for finished objects. So I need to ask you, is this the first you've heard of our Crochet Make Along? Are you joining in? What are you making? Comment below. Do you need more time? What are you thinking of creating and making? One lady over on Ravelry created a beautiful wall hanging on a bamboo rod. Another one created a nice baby block out of the dragonflies. There's all kinds of blankets. Tops in the make. I'll get that pattern written. And there's a banner being made out there. Lots of trivets, potholders, washcloths. Come join us. It's a free video and a free pattern over on my website. With that said, this has been a free pattern for the past 2 years. Do you need to be on social media to join? Absolutely not. People for the last 2 years have been emailing me their pictures of their beautiful blankets that they created with this free pattern. So 3 ways to enter. Email me. Post on Ravelry and chat a little bit. You never know, you might win a prize. And the 3rd way is post over on Instagram using the hashtag right here, hashtag Three Tail Dragonfly Square C Crochet Make Along, MAL. So right there, tag me, join along for the fun. And now the next prizes will be given, but I have to do this because I am so overwhelmed at the generosity of our crochet community out there, and I cannot be more grateful for the fiber friends I have made. You guys have been with me since the very first day I started crocheting. This is my very first pattern. The Crochet Dragonfly Square was my very first pattern. That's why this 2-year anniversary. The video reached 10,000 views. The pattern download on Ravelry is over 500, and there's 67 people out there with it in queue. Absolutely means so much to you, because you know if you follow the dragonfly, it will lead you to where the fairies live. They also bring you good luck. So I'd like to tell you a few of my fiber friends here. There are 2 people who are donating patterns, and one of them, very near and dear to me, Lorraine Pugh of Consciously Crochet, is donating a brand new pattern she is writing up and will be available by the time this cal ends in August. And also a fellow Ohioan. I met Sherry over on Instagram. She's Twisted Strings Crochet. She is donating an ear warmer pattern. So thank you, ladies, for your very generous donations of your patterns. Of course, you saw the 2 project bags from Ashley Love on my very first video about that Crochet Make A Long. If you haven't watched that video, I will link it below. But the first person to donate to this was Ashley of Ash Love Makes, and she donated her fabulous, so well made project bags. And then my friend Lore of Crafty Hands Holly. Oh my gosh, this woman is amazing. We call each other Crochet Twin because at any given time we're working with the same fabrics, perhaps the same color. Last time we were both working on sparkly things. She was doing sparkly crochet, I was doing sparkly sewing. So, hello my crochet twin. Well, she is donating a patent pending business card buddy, which you can buy directly from her, and to use it at your craft fairs or whatnot. This is her own very own creation, and I just think it's fabulous because it's crochet hooks. Look at that, and then you put your business cards right there. So I wanted to thank you and give you a shout out there. And then we also have Stacy of NSL Stitches. I have known Stacy from the very beginning, and if you go back through my videos, she was the Heart Love Hat and Mitt pattern, crochet pattern that I did using color work, and it was a bright pink with a white heart. She is the one who basically taught me how to do color work, and I have known her since the very beginning of me learning to crochet, and we've become very close. She's up in Canada, and oh my goodness, she has donated so much. Here's her business card in Stitches Crochet. Here we go, right there. She donated a Karen cotton cake and her Summerland triangle shawl pattern, along with the gorgeous tote bag, beautiful tote bag you see below. Now again, these prizes are going to be for the grand prize finished object winners, so be thinking, what do you want to make and what do you want to finish? And if you need more time, I'd truly love to hear that. Comment below. Now I've got more. Now I'm going to talk about Kimberly of Gypsy Dreamer Crochet a little bit. Do you know Kimberly was my very first pattern tester for the Three Tail Dragonfly Square? She is just an amazing designer herself. She makes pom-poms, has an Etsy shop, but the first person I thought, hey, I want someone to be part of this Crochet Make A Long, it was Kimberly. And she generously donated 4 of her pom-poms here that are so nicely wrapped. So I'm going to show a picture of all these close up at the very end of this video, like I normally do. She very generously donated 4 of her handmade pom-poms, very nicely wrapped, And you've seen her pom-poms from me because I buy those all the time for her. She's got some wonderful colors. This is a pack of neutral pom-poms that she donated. So thank you, Kimberly. That means a lot to me, especially because you not only tested this pattern, you were my first pattern tester ever for my very first pattern. So thank you very much. And then, don't we love Crochet Luna? I've got to give her a shout out. She is donating some buttons. And if you don't know or remember some of my buttons, I'm going to show you her Etsy page at the end. She kindly is donating a few buttons to go with our lovely packages back here. And then I also have someone very dear and near to me. And I'm going to show a picture of what April created just for you guys out there for this Crochet Make A Long. I'm going to insert it right here. April of Fuzzy Fibers created a skein of yarn to match the dragonfly color specifically for this Crochet Make A Long. That is going to be one of the grand first prize winners gifts, and I am so touched. April and I got to know each other last year and just become friends. She's amazingly talented color artist. I just love all her indie dyed yarns. So again, I'll post her Etsy page at the end. I follow her also on Instagram. But April, thank you so much. I am so touched of your creativity, and everybody's here. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm almost speechless. So I'm just grateful every day for all of you out there, for the wonderful community we have here. And you guys have been there since the very beginning of me starting to crochet. Can you believe my 5-year anniversary will be at the end of this year? So, as we sign off here, let me know, do you need more time to finish your Crochet Make-Alongs? What are you making? Comment below. Now remember, 3 ways to enter. Email me over on Reverly and on Instagram. And what do we always say? Make it a great day to knit and crochet. Take care, everybody. Happy summer. Thank you, as always, for watching, liking, and subscribing. This is Lisa from Pine Notes. Bye.